Okay, we all have a black family up in here. Are we all black up in here? Everybody is? We had Thanksgiving dinners or something where you had a little conversation and two people get a little bit angry and you have one person that harmonizes in there and say, well, you know what? No, look at it this way. Don't cut them yet. Don't shoot them. Don't shoot your cousin. Look at it. He's just trying to tell you this. They're trying to harmonize the situation. You have some people that are just naturally harmonizers. They try to diffuse every situation. Then you have critical thinkers. Well, what if this would have happened? What if that would have happened? You're trying to tell them something. They're asking, well, what if this? Well, what if that? Have we ever heard of that? That might not happen. What if that don't happen? That is how they are. That is their character like it. That's how they think. They question everything. Then you have a realistic person. And a realistic person usually says, it is what it is. Do we have any, it is what it is people out here? That's usually black people, you know, because we go through a lot. And we got to sometimes say, it is what it is, you know. I ain't got no money today, but I have some next week or next year. So now, thinking styles, how many people in here are idealistic? Oh, that's good. That's kind of like the fairy tale way. That's not a bad thing. One person is idealistic. You must talk to this young lady in an idealistic way or she's not going to hear you. Okay? Don't come with that sister critical because she's going to shut off. Okay? Now, how many people in here are harmonizers? 2 harmonizers? 3 harmonizers?
If I want to.
If you want to. Now, then you have to think of how you dominate. Dominant is what you do the most of. You know, you do this naturally all the time. You understand? Some of these you can do, you can be idealistic, you can be harmonizer, critical, and realistic. You can float in and out of them, but one of them you dominate and you do it the most. Do you understand? So, my harmonizer are who? Okay, so you don't want nobody fighting. You want to, you know, we are the world. Okay, we need some peaceful people, I guess, after we go to war. Now, critical. How many critical thinkers do we have out here? 2 criticals, 3, 4. That's what you got it like I'm critical. Okay? Very good. Now, when you're talking to these critical people, you have to talk to them in their character logic. So she says, well, what if this? You say, you know what, that might. Don't go back and forth. Because that's the way they think. You understand? Or you'll go in a merry-go-round. Not a bad thing, sister. Stay the way you are. It takes everybody to make the world go round. Okay?
They're more factual. You have to be more factual with them.
Correct.
More factual.
Bring it or forget it. Realistic people are, it is what it is. How many realistic people do we have out here? Now you can only be one.
Nah, but I thought this one was that one.
Well, we have critical and realistic. Realistic is when something happens, you just say, it is what it is, it happened. We got some people that don't know that one. You're not sure, you undecided.
I'm undecided at the whole form.
Okay. Well, it's okay because you know what? It's very important to know how you think. So if you know how you think and you go against another person that thinks differently than you, they don't irritate you. Because sometimes, if like myself, I'm realistic. I look at things black and white. It is or it's not. And then you have people that's like, you know, well, what if this, or they harmonizers? It could be this way, it could be that way. That irritates me. But now that I know how I am, I can say, oh, it's okay, you're sweet because you're a harmonizer. And you know, I let them be a harmonizer instead of being irritated. Do we understand? It actually helps you to communicate with the other person. So you don't push, I'm not pushing my way of thinking on them. And I'm respecting them in their way of thinking.
2 different kind of personalities.
Correct.
Can I give an example?
Sure you may.
I mean, I've got 2 nieces, right? And the thing is that if you say to one of them, can you just put a table or put a chair on one side, right? It's not a problem. If you tell that one to do that, she get upset with you. They're not bad individuals, just that one of you to put your hand around them. Just different kind of personality, that's what it is. So you have to know to tune to their personality, you know?
Okay, so how do you deal with that other niece that don't want to move the table?
Well, like I said, you put
You tell them move it?
No, I put my hand around her and say, darling, can you please move the table?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one of them, you have to really put your hand around them and comfort them. Like I said, one of them, it's not a problem. The other one, yeah.
So he's saying basically one of them you have to kind of come here, babe, you so cute. You know I love you. Will you move this table with me? Now that's good. That's a harmonizer can do that. Because realistic, if you don't move that table, you know, don't make me go there. Because I will. I'm learning. I'm learning, okay? Now we have learning types next. And we have 3 different types of learning. We have an auditory learner, we have a visual learner, and we have a rhythm and touch learner. Now, this is the way you can tell how somebody learns something. Now, it was very frustrating for me in school because they want everybody to be visual, where you're actually sitting out reading a book. Everything don't translate out of a book, especially out of those others, their books, their history didn't vibe with me. Even their pictures didn't, so I guess I can get on with the subject. Well, some people are auditory. Auditory people will tell you, I can't hear what you're talking about. I can't hear that. Have you ever heard someone use those type of expressions? That don't sound right. That sounds funny. You know that you have to tell them in auditory words if you want them to actually learn. Then you have a person that's visual. And can you give me an example of visual? If the auditory person is telling you that doesn't sound right, what does a visual person say? That don't look right. What else? Come on, tell me how London does it. Come on.
I don't see what you're talking about.
You can't see what I'm talking about? Okay. Any other visuals? Well, that's good. We got 2 of them. Let's go to rhythm and touch. Rhythm and touch. This person will actually use words like, you feel me? You feel me? You can't feel me? That didn't move me. That didn't grab me. They're actually telling you their rhythm and touch. This is very good for the youth because they tell you at a young age how they're supposed to be taught. We're not supposed to be taught all in one character type. And it's also a good way in communication. So how many people in here are auditory? How many people can see what I'm talking about? Y'all can't see me? You 2 people see me? Okay. You see me? Okay. How many people can actually hear what I'm talking about? You hear what I'm saying? All right then. How many people can feel me? Come on, that's most of the black people. You feel me? Boy, that's good. I feel you too. Okay. Then we have learning styles. Now your learning styles, you have sequential, random, concrete, and abstract. Sequential people, I love dealing with sequential people because my other half is very sequential. And I won't talk about him behind his back, so I guess I'll keep on teaching. Sequential means you have to do one task after another. If you try to take a sequential person out of their sequence, they'll say, no, let me do this first. Or can I tell you something? No, wait, hold on a second, let me do this. Or if you're inside the car and you listen to that nice jam, you know, you have 2 people in the car and you want to get out and run out, and they say, no, don't turn the car off yet, let me finish hearing the song. Because they're sequential, they want to finish the song first. Now, if you take that sequential person out of sequence, you mess up their whole entire day. Not a good feeling. Do we all understand sequential? Then we have random people. Now, I think a lot of us are random. You know how you clean in the house and the phone ring? You clean the bathroom, okay? The phone ring, and you start talking about Leroy or Jackie, and then you go downstairs and you forget what you was doing upstairs, then you go into another room and then you start cooking. Okay, and then you run in the basement to do some washing and you smell that you burnt some food upstairs. You're doing so many things at a time, you're very random. Now, random people, they do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And you have some people who even have 5 books in front of them. I'm reading all of them. Well, how much knowledge are they getting out of them? Not very much. Okay, can anybody here read 5 books at a time?
I'll speak to that.
Okay, well, I would love to question people who are reading 5 books on one of them because they say, I ain't got there yet, because it takes them a while. It actually makes the process slower, okay? So that's actually a random person. And another thing about random people, if a person is random, they're going to be random with the way they think. They take commercial breaks, meaning that you're talking to them and they are, what I got to do tomorrow? I think I got to wash some clothes. Where my mom at? I gotta take my child and do this. And you're talking to them about something very serious and they have taken their commercial break.